Hi guys, this is Tom Arbor and welcome back to Hingeback Tortoise Central. So if you caught our video from a week ago, you know that we successfully hatched our first Holmes Hingeback tortoise. And today I'm going to give you an update. If you remember from a few weeks ago, we had 9 Western Hingeback eggs laid. Soon after, we had 3 additional Holmes Hingebacks laid. So we have 6 Holmes Hingeback eggs incubating right now and 9 Western Hingeback tortoise eggs incubating right now. So we're going to take a look at the incubator and see how those eggs are doing. But before we take a look at the incubator, I just want to say that I had never hatched a tortoise egg before this Holmes Hingeback tortoise egg just hatched. I had 15 eggs from 4 different females last season, and none of them hatched. I really didn't know what I was doing. So having success with this first tortoise has really given me some confidence, and I've learned a ton in the last year about tortoise egg incubation and what makes it be successful. And right now, 15 eggs at different stages of development in the incubator. So the first thing that you'll be able to see is that I have red containers on the right and blue containers on the left. The blue containers contain the Western Hingeback tortoise eggs. The red containers contain the Chinixis homiana, or the Holmes Hingeback tortoise eggs. So guys, the first container has 3 eggs. The eggs on the bottom, those are from Lucy, and they were laid on December 2nd. That egg on the top was laid back in August, and it never developed. So what I'm going to do is shine some light on that egg that never developed. So as you can see, it's not dark, it doesn't have any blood vessels, and it's starting to show some discoloration. That egg is not likely to hatch, and I will probably discard it soon. But I want to show you the other eggs there. If you notice at the top of the egg, or the center of the egg, if you look very carefully, you can see that that top of the egg is just a little bit whiter than the rest of the egg. These eggs, which were laid approximately 2 weeks ago, are starting to chalk. And that is the first sign that the eggs are indeed fertile. I'm not going to candle the eggs, but I'll put a little bit of light on those eggs, and you might be able to see that chalking. See how that's a dark spot? There. And that dark spot becomes a light spot when I take the light away. But those eggs are chalking. We're looking for that white to steadily increase all the way down to the bottom. That's a good sign they're fertile. After they chalk, we'll look for an embryo, and then we'll look for blood vessels to start developing. So in this container are 3 more of Lucy's eggs that were laid back in October, and then 2 more that I found in August when I was cleaning out her cage. Those eggs are doing nothing, and they're unlikely to hatch, but these 3 eggs have been developing since October, and these are showing some signs of blood vessels, which you can see. That's what we're looking for when the tortoise begins to develop. Blood vessels, and that little pocket of air at the top. I'm expecting these to hatch around February 1st. Next, we're going to look at the Western Hingeback tortoise eggs. Both of these species live in Western Africa, but the Western Hingebacks are from a little further north of the Holmes Hingebacks. The Western Hingebacks, which have smooth shells, those were known as Bell's Hingebacks for some time. They live in more savanna and more open habitats. They can move into the forest and actually live with the Holmes Hingeback tortoises, which do live in forests. So they're quite close together, actually, and can co-occur in the wild in places like Ghana and Togo and Nigeria. The Connexus no gooey eggs were laid at the end of November. One female laid, and then the other female laid the very next day. And these are the 5 eggs that I showed in the video where I set these eggs up. And as you can see, that white spot is starting to grow, and it's going to grow downwards. I don't even need to shine the light on that. And those are the Connexus no gooey eggs from Brownie. And Brownie was the tortoise that successfully mated with Rocket. Then there are Brownie's eggs. She laid 4 eggs, and they are also developing. They're a little harder to see. I keep Brownie on topsoil, and those eggs got quite a bit dirty. I don't really worry about cleaning those eggs off. I can still see them quite well. I know they are also chalking, but it's more difficult to see. But super exciting. Connexus no gooey or Western Hingeback eggs, I've got 9. They all appear to be developing, and I'm expecting these to hatch in about 100 days or so. So I am super excited about the possibility for this year. So there you have it. There's an update about the eggs that we have developing in the incubator. Again, I have 2 species of Hingeback tortoises, the Western Hingeback Connexus no gooey and the Holmes Hingeback Connexus homiana. And I'll close by giving you a little update about Spike. Spike is our first Connexus homiana. The boys named him. They saw those sharp spines that are around the carapacial margin of the top part of the tortoise, and they said, yeah, let's name him Spike. So that's his name. When he was born December 1st. I let him stay in the incubator for about 5 days until that yolk sac was completely absorbed. And then next, we moved him into a small enclosure, basically a 24-quart tub, and that's heated with heating cable. We're keeping him at approximately 75 degrees at night up to 80 degrees in the day. I give him a daily soak in very shallow warm water for 10 minutes, and then he also gets food every day. I've tried various things, but the things that he eats so far is chopped beef heart and chopped white-legged shrimp. He's only eaten raw protein items. I've tried pellets. He hasn't touched pellets or any plants or fungi. We'll keep doing that. We're going to add some calcium supplements and some vitamin supplements, and keep encouraging him to eat things like mushrooms and squash, and then hopefully eventually pellets. But he's doing great. When I put him into the tub that he's in now, he weighed 15 grams, and he's gained about 4 grams in a week. And he's starting to show new growth on his shell. So we're very excited. He seems active, lively, alert. We're keeping him nice and humid and keeping him warm. We're excited to watch as he grows, and then we're excited to see if we get some of these other 15 tortoise eggs to hatch. Thank you for being with us. Go Hingeback Tortoises, and we'll see you on the next video at Hingeback Tortoise Central.